Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I recently reported on the survivors and families of the Uvalde incident filing lawsuits against Activision, Daniel Defense, and Meta, alleging that the gun company, Instagram, and Call of Duty were essentially part of a cabal to radicalize young men into committing mass acts of violence, which ultimately led to the shooting. It's a far-fetched accusation. It turns out that they're also attempting to sue FedEx and UPS. UPS, who already faced controversy last year when they announced they were going to stop shipping parts and guns from gun retailers, and even suggested they were going to destroy any packages that they thought fit the description. It was a bold, idiotic, and frankly illegal move threatening to destroy people's property in the name of compliance with public pressure to stop ghost guns and gun thefts from the mail. But before we get to all of the details, here is a word about today's sponsor. This video is brought to you by Blackout Coffee Company and a toddler who has spent the last 2 hours practicing the word no. Breakfast? No. Getting dressed? No. New diaper? No. The only thing she didn't say no to this morning was helping me get the coffee maker ready, because even she knows the importance of having a great cup of coffee that you can be proud of. So Blackout supports this channel, veterans, soldiers overseas, and even your favorite gun rights groups through their GOA and FPC partner roasts. Their Father's Day sale is currently on, where you can get 16% off your order with code FATHER16. So to get a great cup of coffee, tea, or hot chocolate and help support the channel, go to blackoutcoffee.com/libertydoll. The lawsuit claims that FedEx and UPS broke state and federal law, as well as their own safety standards, by shipping an enhanced trigger system that allowed the gunman to convert a firearm into a fully automatic or semi-automatic weapon. So which is it? A full auto or a semi-auto? Because those two things are not the same. They're also mad that the companies shipped guns to Oasis Firearms, a legal FFL, for the shooter to pick up, which is, after all, the way the firearm buying process works. If you order something online, you order it, it's shipped to a local FFL, and the FFL completes the transfer. I don't know what to tell these guys. The lawsuit cited the UPS conditions of carriage as proof of a violation. The UPS conditions state that shipments must not contain goods which might endanger human or animal life or any means of transportation. The families also said that the shipment of the Hellfire trigger to the gunman's house was a violation of school zone area protections. The gunman's house was less than 1,000 feet away from the Robb Elementary School zone. Okay, so the trigger itself has been on the market for 30 years and is not, in and of itself, a danger to the public. It's just, it sits there. And for the school zone part, I will address that in a second. The lawsuit also claims that the shooter wasn't 18 when he bought the gun and trigger, which is interesting because in their other lawsuits, they claim he put it in his online shopping cart, and then Daniel Defense targeted him with illegal advertising to remind him that he had something in his shopping cart, aka one of those automated reminder you have something in your shopping cart emails, and that he hit the buy button immediately upon turning 18. So again, which is it? And to follow the rest of the news story, the lawsuit also says that FedEx shipped the AR-15, and then Oasis Firearms illegally transferred the gun to the shooter, even though he was 17 at the time of the purchase. The shooter was also able to purchase ammunition from Oasis, which was used in the massacre. First off, I don't know how either of these companies are supposed to know what's in the packages, whether the individual is technically inside a school zone, or what age he is. It's also not illegal to be a gun owner living within a school zone. Just because a school gets built within 1,000 feet of your front yard doesn't mean you lose your Second Amendment rights, except in Montana, apparently. Unfortunate for Gabriel Metcalf. So, there was no reason for FedEx or UPS to question this or go out with a tape measure to determine whether or not they should deliver a package. It's also not a crime for FedEx to ship something to an FFL. UPS and FedEx did nothing wrong. The lawsuit does not have any ground to stand on. But with the pressure and backlash they've already been feeling over their so-called involvement with guns, I'd say they're more likely to just cave and agree to stop transporting guns and parts and ammo altogether, which is what I think the gun controllers are really after. That would make it harder for gun makers to ship their wares to FFLs and harder for law-abiding citizens to then buy those items and exercise their rights. It all comes down to whether or not UPS and FedEx think that they make enough money to keep putting up with accusations and lawsuits like this one. So that's it for this video, guys. I don't think this lawsuit has a leg to stand on, but that does not mean that someone won't settle just to make it go away and get rid of litigation costs. It could happen. We'll see. I will keep an eye on it. I will keep you guys updated. In the meantime, please do all of the algorithm things. You know what they are. I don't have to tell you. And as always, thanks for tuning in and happy shooting.